Welcome back. Today we are roasting up delicious vegetable sprouts and kicking it up a notch with a little crispy bacon. I'm Dr. Joanette, ER doctor, professor of medicine, and longevity specialist. When we eat and chew Brussels sprouts, we are activating a powerful pathway for detoxing in our body. It is the NRF2 pathway, and the result of it was glutathione, our body's strongest and most powerful detox chemical. So let's get roasting and let's get detoxing. We're going to get started by chopping up the Brussels sprouts. I've actually chopped up the 1 pound of Brussels sprouts already, and it's important to chop them in half at least, or also it's important when you eat them to chew them well. And the reason for that is they contain a substance called glucosinolate, which is important for activating some very cool enzymatic pathways that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But let's get them started here by adding in a half of a red onion and some garlic, about 2 cloves of nicely finely diced garlic, pinch of red pepper or more if you like to spice things up, and some what I call is par-fried bacon. This is bacon that's been partially rendered, but it still needs to be cooked a fair amount. And some olive oil and about a tablespoon of that bacon oil from when you partially rendered the bacon. And we are going to stir that all up. Grab a spoon here. The oven has been preheated to 400 degrees. One of the pathways that gets activated when we eat Brussels sprouts is a oxidative stress pathway. When the Brussels sprouts, the glucosinolate gets activated, it activates an oxidative antioxidant pathway. Remember, antioxidants are important to help protect ourselves against oxidative stress. Another pathway that gets activated is a pathway, a detox pathway, and this pathway goes through the liver and it is converted into a bunch of different substances that then take any toxins that we have in our body, convert them into a water-soluble form, and then they can be excreted through our kidneys out of our body. And that is why Brussels sprouts are so great for helping us live longer and be healthier. Let's go ahead and get this onto our roasting pan. I have lined the roasting pan with some parchment paper. And once those Brussels sprouts and all those delicious bacon and onions are all on the roasting pan, I like to add a little salt to it, depending upon whether or not how much salt you like to include in your diet. And you can also add a little pepper to it as well if you want. Then it's going into the oven to roast it until the bacon is crispy. The Brussels sprouts are nicely golden brown and just the right texture. You know how it's a little crunchy, but a little soft. You don't want them mushy. At least I don't like them mushy. Maybe you do, but I don't. Let's get them in the oven. "400 degrees for about 20 minutes. Perfectly roasted Brussels sprouts with red onions and bacon that isn't quite crispy because Farmer Fred does not like super crispy. And once it comes out, I'm going to add a couple of things. One is I'm going to add some extra enzymes in the form of broccoli sprout powder. And the third pathway that the glucosinolate activates is a hormonal pathway. It is a pathway that's important in the production of estrogen. So roasted Brussels sprouts, as well as other cruciferous vegetables like kale, broccoli, and cabbage, all contain the glucosinolate enzyme and activate these pathways. The third pathway, which is the hormonal pathway, is important for good reproductive health because it helps support and in the production of estrogen. I'm going to, in one final thing I'm going to do is sprinkle a little balsamic glaze on them. You could skip the balsamic glaze if you wanted. I just love the flavor of it. But the other thing I sprinkled on there was mustard powder. Sometimes the heat will deactivate, high heat will deactivate the glucosinolate And the mustard powder, after it's cooked, will help reactivate the enzymes that are in the pathway. So let's mix it all together here and give it a try. Another vegetable that is also in this group is kale. When you eat any of these vegetables, especially if you eat them lightly steamed or raw, make sure you chew them real well because that also activates the enzyme. We kind of activated it in cooking and cutting them, but to really get it well activated, you want to chew them well as also. And we're gonna have a little onion. Onion is so great as a prebiotic, one of the broccolis, some of Farmer Fred's bacon, and let's give it a try. That is amazing. I'm the type of person that loves a little bit of sweetness, and that balsamic glaze was incredible on this dish. Enjoy this dish in good health. If you're looking for the full recipe, go to my website, growwithdrjoanette.com. Link is in the description below, and search for roasted Brussels sprouts with crispy bacon. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have an opportunity to include more cruciferous vegetables into your diet. Remember, they activate 3 pathways that help you feel better, live longer, and love the life that you're in. We'll see you next time. Thank you for subscribing, clicking the like button, as well as signing up for notifications.